chat with Move For Guitar. This lesson is from our series Easy Guitar Songs for Beginners. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play a simplified version of the song How to Save a Life by the Fray. This lesson is for beginners who've gone through our course, The Ultimate Beginner's Guide for Learning Guitar Volume 1. Don't worry though, if you haven't gone through the course, you can still follow along and learn this song. So the first thing with this song is that if you want to play along with the recording, you need to capo on the 3rd fret. If you're just singing it and just want to play this by yourself and sing, you can capo anywhere. That's good for your voice. But to actually play along with the recording, capo on the 3rd fret. And these chords that I'm showing you will work with the recording if you're capoed there. And I'm just going to quickly go over what chords are in the song. I'm not going to show you how to play them. If you don't know how to play any of these songs, there's links on the screen that you can click that'll take you to lessons that'll show you how to play each one of these chords. So if you don't know one of these chords or all these chords, just click on one of the links on the screen and you'll be taken to a lesson that'll show you how to play it. So the chords in this song are G, G major, D/F sharp, E minor 7, and C major. Like I said, if you don't know any of those, just click on the link on the screen, one of the links, and it'll take you to a lesson that shows you how to play them. So this is a piano-based song, and we're translating it to guitar. And I've made a really simple strumming pattern here for you to follow along with. And that's because this is a lesson for beginners and people who are just learning songs, and I wanted to make it as simple as possible. But even with this simplified strumming pattern, you'll still be able to follow along with the actual recording and play along right with it, and it'll still sound good. So the strumming pattern that I'm going to use, if you've taken our course, The Ultimate Beginner's Guide for Learning Guitar Volume 1, it's Basic Strumming Pattern 2. If you haven't taken the course, don't worry about it. You don't need to have taken the course to learn this strumming pattern because it's really simple. So it's just down, down, up, up, down. So just like this. And that would be for one measure or one bar in a song. So down, down, up, down. So now I'm going to go over the sections of the song. And the easiest way for you to follow along would be to download the chart that we provided. And we've just provided a really simplified chart, but it goes through each section of the song and shows you the chords, where the chords change, and the strumming patterns that we're using. And it's just one strumming pattern, but at points you're going to just do one down strum. So it will really help you to follow along with what I'm doing and then eventually to follow along with the actual recording. So if you look at your chart, you'll see the intro, and the chords are G, D/F sharp, E minor 7, and D/F sharp again. And for each one of those, we're just going to do a one down strum. So G, D/F sharp, E minor 7, D/F sharp. So that's the whole intro. And the reason we're just doing one down strum to start is because it's really mellow in the actual recording. It, like I said, is a piano-based song, but it keeps it really mellow, and doing one down strum will really fit well over that part. And now we're into verse 1, and it starts out the exact same way. So it's just the G, the D/F sharp, the E minor 7, back to the D/F sharp with one down strum, and you do that 2 times. And after you get through that, once you've done that 2 times through, then it's going to do the exact same chord progression again during this. We're still in verse 1, but now we're going to add the strumming pattern in. So the strumming pattern will be down, down, up, down, like I said before, over each chord. So that last line, or the last 2 lines of verse 1 will sound like this. So the whole verse 1, if you're playing it all the way through, it would be like this. We'll start on the G with one down strum. that's the whole verse 1. So you're starting out with just the down strums. That'll follow along nicely with what's actually done on the recording, keeping it mellow, and then go into that strumming pattern and play the G to D/F sharp to E minor 7 to D/F sharp 2 times through, doing that strumming pattern. Now we're into the chorus, and the chorus changes up a little bit. So we start on a C major. We play that for 1 bar, which means that you play the strumming pattern through 1 time. Then we're to a D/F sharp and play that 1 time through, the strumming pattern 1 time through. And then we're to an E minor 7, play strumming pattern 1 time through. And then this last part changes up a bit. We go to a G, and we're just going to strum 2 times on that G. So 2 down strums on that G. And then to a D/F sharp with 2 down strums. And the reason I broke it up like that is because that last part, those 2 chords are in 1 bar, so they transition a lot quicker, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to do the strumming if you just do down strums through that part. So the first line of the chorus sounds like this. So just like that, on the last 2 chords, the G, D/F sharp is just 2 down strums each. And then we're into the second part of the chorus, which just starts out the exact same. But this time when we get to the G and the D/F sharp, instead of playing 2 down strums on each of those, we're just going to play 1 down strum on each, which will follow along nicely with what they do in the recording. And again, look at your chart, and it's really easy to follow along if you do that. So I'm just going to play the whole chorus, the first chorus, all the way through 1 time. And then right after that, that's the end of the chorus, we're into an instrumental. And it's just the exact same as the intro. We're just going to play the G to D/F sharp to E minor 7 to D/F sharp with 1 down strum each. And then we're into verse 2 right after that. And all that is the same as the end of verse 1. So it's the same chord progression as verse 1. It's just we're doing the strumming pattern the whole time. We're not doing any of the just 1 down strum. So all of verse 2, I'll play it 1 time, sounds like this, which is what you've heard already, but this is what it sounds like. So just like that, G to D/F sharp to E minor 7 to D/F sharp, but you're going to do what I just did, but play it 4 times through. So exact same thing, 4 times through. Then we're into the second chorus, and the second chorus is the exact same as the first chorus, so I don't need to go over that. And then we're into the instrumental, and the instrumental is the same chord progression, except we're going to play the strumming pattern through the whole time, which is basically the exact same as the verse, so it's just like this. So that's the instrumental after chorus 2. And then we're into verse 3. Verse 3 is the exact same as verse 2. So it's just the same chord progression, same strumming pattern, and same amount of times through, so 4 times through. And then we're into the chorus. And this time we're playing the chorus the same way as the first line of the other 2 choruses, where it sounds like this. So just like that, and you're going to repeat that 4 times the exact same way through. So the C to D to E minor 7, and then the G to D/F sharp all in 1 bar, which each of those getting 2 down strums. And again, just look at your chart, it's really easy to follow along. And then we're into another instrumental, which during this instrumental, he's kind of repeating the chorus, so it's kind of a mix of the chorus and an instrumental, but I'm calling it an instrumental. So during that time, we're going to bring it down again, and we're just going to play the G to D/F sharp to E minor 7 to D/F sharp with 1 strum each. So and we're we're going to repeat that, and that's that instrumental / end of chorus part. Now we're into another chorus, and this chorus is exact same as the first and second chorus. So you can look at your chart and it's the exact same. Then we're into another instrumental, and this instrumental is the same as the second instrumental, where we just play that chord progression through with the strumming pattern, and we play it 3 times through. So I'm going to play the whole instrumental, the last instrumental through, just like it would be, and it ends on a G. So after I play the instrumental 3 times through, I'm just going to end on a G chord, and that's the end of the song. So it'll sound like this. So that's the end of the song. That instrumental just goes to a G chord at the very end and ends. So like I said, if you have the chart, you can follow along. It'll follow along with the actual recording and make it really easy for you. And those are all the parts. And just learn the chords and the changes. And once you get it all down, it'll be fairly simple to you.